What is up, all my beautiful legends? I hope you guys are having a great week, and we're going to get right into it, into part 2 of issue 1 of the Geiger series. So right when we start off, it's going to time jump, because when we last left off, the nuke just went off, it was right in front of the bunker, and then it time jumps 20 years later. And it says, we shouldn't be here in Boulder City. Resources are running out, people are worried, the king tells us where to go. But there's a reason no one comes out here. This place isn't safe. And as you can see, the nukes went off, everything's destroyed. They're basically back at Boulder City, where they were, where we, like I said, where we last left off. So he says, shut up about that already. Those stories about the monster of Boulder City were made up by people wanting to raid this place for themselves. Let's hope whoever they were, they just left us something. I doubt it, he says. Now they stumble upon like a little bunker, a little pipe hole. And he says, look out there, look at nothing. You see, it's empty. Hey, I found something. And he says, what is it? And then he kind of puts them back, the little kind of Geiger poles that he has, and he says, have a nice day. And as we can see, those are kind of what affects his power, and I like how it has kind of the Geiger smoke, the little neon radioactive smoke coming out. And now we have a two-headed wolf come up, and he says, what do you mean, where are they? They ran. It's better that way for them and us. It says, buried too many people out here already. Dinner time, yeah, I'll open up a can of beans as long as you sleep outside. So now we see he has a wolf with him, a radioactive wolf, and you see a nice little tombstone right there. And anytime in Geiger, they're always leaving little clues and little tidbits to the unnamed war and kind of other parts of the universe. And this is Dr. You can't really make it out, but it says Dr. Olaktov, R.I.P. And now we get a little bit of a kind of a no word synopsis of how he lives. You know, it shows him eating there with beans. He's got his gun. He's got the two-headed dog bowl. And then right behind him is all the days on the wall, which I'm assuming, and what we're going to assume, is how many days have passed since the bomb went off. He says, what it will be tonight? Moby Dick again? A kiss before dying? Palace Walk? Junkyard Joe? And like I just mentioned before, we have 2 issues of Junkyard Joe there. And that's why I mentioned in the previous video why I liked reading this first, even though that Junkyard Joe came out before this series. It was nice to read this, seeing tidbits of Junkyard Joe, getting kind of some lore, learning about the character here and there, and then having an interest in him, and then going back and reading Junkyard Joe. He says, yeah, I'm bored of all them too. What I wouldn't give for a new book, but nobody writes anymore. And here we can see he's going back to the bunker, kind of feeling it, you know, reminiscing basically. He says, I know you can't hear me. And it says, Dad, 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 like little memories. He's like, but I'm here until it's safe to open the door and we can be family again. And then it cuts to who is he. There have been stories about him since you were a child, my king. Safari Bob claimed to have met him once. He made a pact with the radioactive man to keep out of Boulder City. We listened, but that's when supplies wasn't so scarce. He's like, but 3 of our men just encountered somebody walking outside without a suit. He's like, sir, can I stand up? It's been an hour. And then it cuts to the king, kind of the ruler of what's going on. He says, yes, 1 second. I broader shoulders and make the dragon bigger, much bigger, as we see somebody painting in the background. And then he says, in fact, just start over. It's all wrong anyway. And you can kind of already get the vibe and the feel that this kid is an absolute brat. And he says, and if you do it right this time, I'm going to have you fed to the hungry beast below. Do you understand? She'll gobble you right up. He says, if Safari Bob finds out we've broken his laws, and Safari Bob and his laws don't concern me, gather the nuclear knights. I want to find the man of myth. You can't come with us, it's too dangerous. And then he basically freaks out and he's like, you've never questioned my father, so don't you question me. So you can see that there's a younger child, a ruler. We don't know what happened with the father. This kid's younger, he's a brat, he doesn't really like being told no. But as you can see, everything that's in bold when you're reading this is just little tidbits and little snippets of what's going on in the universe to come. And then it cuts to him running out and he's like, this is the opportunity, Warhead, to finally slay something. What fun it will be. I'll show all the other bosses I'm my father's son. No, I am more. And I will bring the glowing men's head back. This is a chance for my vindication. This is a chance for my glory. And then it cuts and it says, I'm coming for you, glowing man. and then it just pans out. We have a welcome to fabulous Las Vegas. So now we can see that he is at the Camelot, which, fun fact, I've actually been to Las Vegas twice when I was younger, when I was 11 and 13. And one of the times I was at Vegas, me and my parents, we stayed at the Camelot. So it's like a castle, it's all medieval themes. It was super cool. But we can see here, it has its panning out that is where you're staying. So that's where we're going to leave off. We're going to go into issue number 2. I like to break these up into 2-parters because there's a lot of in-depth story here, and they're a little bit longer than kind of a normal comic. I think a couple pages longer. So it just kind of breaks up the little time period and editing for me. So I hope you guys enjoy this. I hope this is a learning experience for you. Let me know down in the comments if you have read Geiger, what you would like to know about this series. And again, I think I will touch Junkyard Joe, because once we finish this, you will definitely have more of a connection to that character after reading this story. So I truly appreciate your time. I hope you guys stay legendary. Sorry for the kind of lack of energy. It's a little bit later. Work was really long today, and it was just kind of a longer day. So like I said, I apologize for any lack of energy, but I love you guys to death. I hope to see you Friday at 10:30 p.m. Eastern, or 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for my Friday positivities and shoutouts, where I'm always giving those mental health awareness. Mental health really matters in this collective hobby. So I love you guys. Stay legendary. And as always, I hope you guys find what you're looking for. Thank you.